What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And on today's episode of Operation Overhaul, we got the cylinder head back from the machine shop. And so let me tell you all what they did. They tanked it, cleaned it, disassembled it for us. I'm putting it back together because if you don't have to set the valve lash on these, they don't put them back together, but they have to set the valve lash with the buckets and stuff. They will reassemble the head for us, but this one they didn't have to do that, so I'm going to reassemble the head. But they surfaced all the mating surfaces, even the spark plug areas, the valve cover gasket, the bottom of the head. I don't know, right down in here. I do have it sitting on some paper towel so we don't get it dirty. And even this little block off plate that goes right here, they even machined that for us. But they did that, and they said that the guides were pretty good, that they wasn't really any issues with those. It was the valve stem seats, the valve seats, not stem seats, but the valve seats that were bad. Said cylinder 5 was the worst. Said it was pitted up pretty good. So they fixed the seat on that one. They said 2 and 3 were starting to show some pitting. They recut all of the other 4, and I think they replaced it on number 5. But if you get the head back from machine shop, you probably are going to get it in this state, and you'll probably have to put it back together on this one. So what we're going to do, we're going to actually take this off, start putting all of our lifters in here and our rockers and all that stuff, and we'll torque all this down, and I'll just kind of show you the assembly process of this. I may do this in conjunction with the reinstall video. Don't know yet, depends on how long this video will take me. But let me set this up and get some stuff out of the way, and we can kind of get going on this. First thing we're going to do is, I got some assembly lube right here. Just going to put some in there because we don't want this to start up dry. And then I'm going to put some in each one of the lifter cavities. Just to warn you, if y'all hear me yelling at something, there is a bird in my garage. It's a little annoying at the moment. They did soak these lifters in some oil for us for a little bit. And it doesn't matter which side you go on. They're the same lifters for each, the intake and the exhaust. Still got to put some down in there. Also, after you use this stuff, I would change my oil probably within 1,000 miles after this, just to get all this, because I think it's got like phosphorus or zinc or something in it. I forgot what it's got in here, but let me see. It's got graphite, not zinc or phosphorus, I don't know. It's got graphite in it. That's what it is. Yeah. It's been one of them days. I'll get down in there. But I just push on them just to make sure they're seated down in there all the way. These aren't like typical lifters if you've never seen one like this. Let me put, I'll keep the last one out, kind of show y'all what they look like. This is more of like a This is more along the lines of like just a rocker arm shaft guide more than it is a lifter, I would say. But that's what they look like. Kind of like little tiny, I don't want to get demonetized, but kind of like bullets. That's what they remind me of. But I'm gonna put some on my fingers and I'm just gonna wipe it in here. And this stuff's just good. We're gonna put it on the cam too. It's just, I just want to make sure it's good and lubed on these. Now there is a right and left cam, and I'm putting some on these. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty with this, unless you're gonna want these well lubed. Just be careful. These cams can be really sharp and they can actually cut you. But we're just making sure that they're extremely lubed, especially on the mating surfaces of where the cam is going to sit. So the cam for this side with the bigger one, you can tell it's thicker right in here. I gotta put the rocker arms on now. Let me grab some paper towels or some shop rags. Alright, there we go. Also, the rocker arms should all be the same as well. Now, I'm going to go back through and put some more lube on the tops of the lifters and on top of the valves. Like I say, you can never have them too lubricated, especially on a dry startup like this is going to be. That one's a little bit harder. So I got the camshaft in and got the rocker arms in there before you put the camshaft in, but I got the caps on and I just started in the middle and I jumped back and forth on the cam caps to slowly tighten it down. I started right here in the middle, and on these cam caps they do have arrows pointing to the front of the head, and it tells you which one is exhaust and intake. It's got I for intake, E for exhaust, and then they're numbered. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it starts from the front 1, the back is 6. And I'm going ahead and putting these pretty much where the top dead center lines and the cam position needs to be for whenever we time it up. So the flats need to be on the top. These torque to 106 inch-pounds. And as I'm torquing this, I'll go in the order in which I would tighten them down gradually so it doesn't pull the cam down too aggressively. So, like I said, it is torqued to 106 inch-pounds. Now I'm just going to go over all of them one more time just to ensure that they are torqued down and correct in the torque specs. Alright. So those are good. Now what we're going to do is I'm pull the intake side off. Some of these may not be all the way off yet. And we're going to do the same thing, just put some lube on each one of the lifters. Sorry, trying to get it out of my thing because I think this one's about empty. I got another one, just rather use up one before I open another one. This should be just enough for doing this job. Now I've got two. And even if you wanted to put, like, take one of these and just put like a little dollop inside of the rocker arm, you could do it that way instead of putting it on the lifter. So however you want to do it, it's totally up to you. Just make sure you do put some assembly lube on them. I actually enjoy this lube right here, this assembly lube, pretty good. It's always been a pretty good lube for me whenever I'm doing engine building or something like this where I'm taking cams out or putting new cam in there, new lifters, new all kinds of stuff, you know, rod bearings, stuff like that. Stuff works really well. I've never had any issues with it. I've always used it for engine rebuilds and, like I said, all that stuff, and it's always done extremely well because it's got a good viscosity to it, and it's not like it wears off. And it's got good graphite content on there. That, go ahead and be honest, we can put some of this extra on the lifters or rocker arms. Just make sure she's in there correctly. Wipe my hands off real quick. Take this back off because I'm going to use my electric ratchet to pull it down some. Just make sure these caps go in the right orientation, in the right direction. Like I said, number 1's on the front of the head, number 6 at the back. And I'm just taking it down till they bottom out. Once I feel it just tugs on it a little bit, then I'm done. So this little torque wrench right here is from Gear Wrench. It is actually been a really good torque wrench for me, and I've had it for about 6 months now, and it's one of the cheaper torque wrenches from a decent brand. Like, I like Gear Wrench. They got pretty good stuff. No complaints with it, and it works great. I've used it numerous times, and I've always went back with a buddy's 1/4 inch torque wrench, inch pound, Newton meters, whatever you want to call it. Snap-on, Mac, and Matco's, tried them all, and this right here is always within, you know, spec, you know, 1 to 2 inch-pounds off, which is really good, you know. So it's within spec of what you would expect a high-quality one. So if y'all are looking for a good, cheaper, good brand torque wrench, I'll put a link up to this right here. They didn't sponsor this or anything. It's just I want to give recognition when recognition needs to be given on a good product. Just like this is from CRC. It is some people call it Stay Lube, some people call it Stalube, however you want to call it, but it is a really good brand assembly lube. Now also they took out the engine sensor right here. This is a temperature sensor. I'll move my ratchet. I'm going to rotate this over. Cannot remember where they got this out of. I can't remember if it's front, the back, side, what. I was thinking there's one on the sides. Here it is. It's right here on the exhaust side. And I'll show it to y'all. You know what? Before I do that, I need to put something on it. So like I was saying, it goes in right here. This is your exhaust ports. It goes in right there and just threads right in. Sorry. I'm just going to twist it with the wire before I cinch it down. And then I'm going to tighten her down. I got to grab my wrenches real quick, and then I'll tighten that down, and we'll put in there's cam sensors, and then I think I pulled that off at the shop, but here's your VVT solenoid goes in right here. We have a bracket that goes on, and then we have a water housing that goes on as well. So let me grab my wrenches and then I'll be right back. Alright, so had a mishap. Thought that I had it on record and it was on photo, so that's my bad. But what I did was I went ahead and put the cam position sensor in, the VVT actuator for the exhaust. This only has VVT on the exhaust. I just put this on. It's not really tight. I still got to put a gasket on there, but I put assembly lube on, or lube around the O-rings on both of those, put them down. This right here, I got to put a gasket on that too, but I just got a hand tight for right now. And then this right here, 15 millimeter, and we put some liquid Teflon on the threads just so it wouldn't leak any water. That is your coolant temperature sensor. Also, while they were in here, had a broke stud bolt off in here. This was exhaust. They quoted me a price of $550 to do everything, and even after repairing that, they didn't add any cost to it. He did that for free. He drilled it out, put an insert in for me, and that's awesome. Just wanted to give a shout out to Tony at McCraw Machine. He is the owner of the shop. If y'all are ever in the York County, Rock Hill area of South Carolina and you need some machine work, check out McCraw Machine Shop. They're near Saluda, off of like Saluda and Porter, near Porter Road, and they're near Carolina Salvage, if anybody knows where that's at. But they're right down the road from them, like literally you can walk there in 5 seconds. But great, they've always taken care of me and all that stuff, so I just wanted to give them a shout out. This is the surface of the head now. I gotta wipe some stuff off because it was sitting on the rags, but great job. I mean, look how clean those cylinders are. Extremely clean, and great job on it. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. I think they do follow me on my social media stuff, so I just want to say, if y'all are watching, thank you a lot. And so next thing we're going to do is put this bracket on. Here it is. Goes just like this. That little bolt nut stick out in front, and it sits on there like that. These are 15 millimeters. See if I can do this one-handed, because I got y'all in my other hand. Sorry, y'all are out of focus there for a second. I'm not going to tighten this down all the way either, because if I remember correctly, I had to maneuver around to get something off. Let's put this one on first. They should all be the same bolt also. y'all are wondering. So there's one on this side over here, and then two on this front. Yeah, I'm really pleased with the outcome of this head. They did a great job. Come on. Now I could use my electric ratchet and pull it on in, but I like to thread things in a good bit with my hand. 15 out of 14 Corey. If y'all didn't know, my name's Corey, by the way. I know I don't show my face a lot on here. Just, I'd rather show you all the work than my face, because my face ain't as pretty as the work sometimes. Alright. And there we go. This head is pretty much assembled, ready to be put back on the truck. All I gotta do is put a O-ring gasket in that, this gasket right here, and then we can start putting everything back together. So he said the head wasn't really all that warped when he pulled off. I think a few thousandths. He said I only had to take like a 4 or 5 thousandths cut off of it or something like that. So his head wasn't really warped it bad at all. But, I mean, you can even see the mirror shine on this sucker. Well, this is probably going to end this video. Just wanted to show you all the reassembly of the head before I actually put it back on the truck. Next video you'll see in this series for the Canyon will be me putting everything back together and firing it up. But we are glad to have this put back together. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comment section below. I'll get to them as soon as I can. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like, subscribe, notification bell. If you didn't, let me know why. There's other stuff on my channel. You might like something there. Do have over 200 videos on there at the moment, and we have over 3,100 subscribers, which thank y'all for that. I appreciate all the views of subscribers, my members. Currently have one member, Raymond Madrid. Thank you for that. And I will leave you your name down in the comment section if you are a Patreon or a member of the channel. But I guess till next time, torque this tight. Y'all have a great day.